Welcome to the Explainer. You know how some writers just make their points so clearly, so persuasively? Well, a lot of the time, the secret is in one single thing, the perfect paragraph. Today, we're going to break down the simple, powerful formula you can use to build one every single time.
We have all been there. You've got this brilliant idea swirling around in your head, but when you try to write it down, it just comes out a mess. So how do you get from that chaos to a clear, organized paragraph? Turns out, there's a blueprint for that.
So in this explainer, we're going to cover the one rule that matters most for any paragraph. Then, we'll walk through a 5-step blueprint that you can use to structure your ideas perfectly from start to finish.
All right, first things first. Before we even get into the steps, there is one golden rule you absolutely need to know. It is the foundation of all great writing, and while it's super simple, it honestly changes everything.
The golden rule is just this. One paragraph gets one theme. That's it. The moment you want to bring up a second big idea, that's your cue to hit enter and start a new paragraph. Mixing ideas is like the fastest way to confuse your reader. So just remember, stick to one idea and build the whole paragraph around that single point.
Okay, with that golden rule locked in, let's get to the blueprint itself. Think of this as the reliable scaffolding for your ideas, helping you build that single theme into a strong, persuasive, and perfectly shaped paragraph.
Here they are, the 5 essential parts. Each one has a very specific job, and when they all work together, you get a paragraph that is just impossible to misunderstand. We're going to break down every single one.
Let's start building, and we'll begin with the most critical step of all, the topic sentence. Think of this as your promise to the reader. You're telling them exactly what this paragraph is going to deliver.
Your topic sentence has to be clear. It has to be concise, and it needs to be right at the beginning. It's like a signpost, giving your reader a clear map of where you're about to take them. Everything, and I mean everything that follows, has to connect back to this one sentence. So, for example, take a look at this topic sentence. It is so effective because it's so direct. We know immediately that this whole paragraph is going to be about one thing, how technology has impacted student learning. There's no guesswork, just pure clarity.
Now that we've planted our flag with that topic sentence, the next 3 steps are all about building the body of the argument. This is where you explain, you prove, and you analyze your main point.
Right after your topic sentence, you need to elaborate just a little. Don't jump straight to the evidence. Give your main idea a sentence or two to breathe and become even clearer for the reader.
This is a perfect example of that explanation. We started with the big claim that technology changed learning, and now we've clarified how it changed. Students get info faster and can study in their own way. See how it builds directly on that topic sentence?
Okay, this is where you prove your point. An idea without any evidence is really just an opinion. You need to back up your claim with something solid, a specific example, a statistic, a quote, or a fact. And here's where it gets really powerful. We went from the general idea of personalized study to a concrete example, online platforms that let students rewatch lessons. Suddenly, the argument feels so much more credible and real.
Now, this is a step that a lot of people forget, but it's what separates good writing from truly great writing. Don't just drop your evidence and then move on. You have to connect the dots. Tell the reader why this evidence matters. What's the big deal?
This right here, this is the analysis. It's what makes the paragraph truly persuasive. We're not just saying students can review lessons. We're explaining the implication. This process helps create independent learners, and it builds their confidence. That's the key link that ties everything back to our main topic. All right, we have made it to the final piece of our blueprint. We've stated our point, we've explained it, and we've proven it. Now it's time to tie it all up with a nice, strong conclusion.
A good concluding sentence just gives you a sense of closure. It should echo the main idea from your topic sentence, but in a fresh way. You want to summarize the core message of the paragraph without just repeating yourself word for word. And this conclusion does the job perfectly. It brings us full circle, reinforcing that central theme of technology's positive impact, and it gives the reader a really satisfying sense of closure. The idea now feels complete. So, let's put it all together. Just look at how these 5 simple sentences flow. Each one has a specific job, and together, they create this powerful, persuasive argument. This isn't just a random collection of sentences. It's a perfectly structured unit of thought.
So remember, this 5-step formula isn't just a writing tip. It's a reliable tool you can use for any topic in any context. It takes all the guesswork out of it and frees you up to focus on what really matters, your ideas. You have the blueprint now. The only question is, what are you going to build with it?